Hello, and welcome back to my next installment of my Any% New Game Plus speedrunning guide for Sword of the Sea. This is Sacred River, and it is the level with the highest divergence between no major glitches and Any%, and that's because we're going to go out of bounds immediately. So, to set up this out of bounds, we want to go up there, into that hole at the very top. And we're going to do this by doing a very precise boost launch off of this part of this rock. So, sort of going into this triangle and then the right wall of this triangle there. That's what we're aiming for, and this is where timing will really matter, getting your boosts before your jump and using coyote time as well. Takes us up, and from there we can jump up here, and we want at least 2 boosts when we're doing the next part. So we boost out of here, charge our jumps and boosts, boost the second time right before we jump, and then we end up over here. If you end up not making this, there are backup spots along this wall that you can utilize, but it's better to go all the way immediately, obviously. From here, we boost and jump down to this funny little square. We go under the rock wall here, over to this part, and we continue along, and here we're going to do another little boost launch off of this slanted piece of geometry, and jump through here. This marks the beginning of a really weird out of bounds section where we're going to be floating around a bit, and there are basically invisible walls, death planes, warps into soft locks everywhere that you want to avoid. And I'm not going to go into full detail about this because a video has already been made detailing this exact skip and all its permutations made by Nathanj. I will put a link to that video down in the description of this video. Go check it out if you're interested in all the technical details and a different way of doing this skip. But the way I'm going to be doing it is I'm going to get a big boost here, and we're just going to follow this around, and you'll see I sort of get like very floaty physics here. I can just sort of float around, and I'm going to float over to a spot here on the right side where you can see I'm no longer jittering. You see, like over here, and that'll just warp me inbounds. I am behind the door from where the ocean seat is, and from here I can move out to the plateau here. Now, this is the second big skip of Sacred River. It's called 3 Bridges Skip, and there are a lot of versions of it. I will try to show you the optimal version here first. Alright, so for the optimal version of this skip, we are going to get a launch off of a boat down in sort of this valley area between this plateau and the next plateau. That'll take us up to the roof of this little pagoda here, and we can basically boost off of each roof to make it all the way up to the exit door without having to activate any of the bridges. So that looks like this. And that's basically the fastest possible version of this skip. Notably, hitting these roofs, you can either start on them, but in that case it sort of requires you to position pretty well and charge a jump to get the required distance. Or you can do as I showed in the demonstration here, where I'm basically water railing into it and then boosting and jumping immediately off of it, which gives also a lot of speed and distance. That was the fastest version of this, but there are quite a few backups. First of all, if you fail the very first sort of half pipe jump here, I recommend going 1 boat over to the left and simply boosting into it, preparing a second jump, and then boosting again. And that'll hopefully give you enough height that you can make it back up. Now, something that can happen is you can end up not getting enough height on your initial boat launch, and that'll take you up here. You could go back down and try again to get enough height to get on the roof, but that's actually slower than doing a different backup that I'll be showing you now. This backup requires that you get a little brave with coyote time, so we charge our jump and our boosts, and then we jump over here to this boat. And from here we can simply boost up and make it over to this platform. I stopped a little early there. And sometimes you won't get enough distance and you'll respawn on the boat here, and that's kind of nice. And from the boat you can just do the same sort of double boost setup that I showed before. And you can even go all the way over to these little shark statues here. All the way. And that's the end of Sacred River. It is basically an out of bounds strat and 3 bridges skip, and then the level is done. It is extremely high performance for a very, very short amount of time, and yeah, requires a lot of practice, so good luck with that. And I'll see you in Boiling Caverns.